This is right. It's for 25, for the year 2025. My county number.
All right. There's no Becky, does she contact you? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Penny, please call the roll call.
Gabriel.
Here.
Heffel.
Here.
Kelso.
Here.
Fukai. Here. Wally. Smith.
Here.
Marshfield.
Here.
Vernal.
Here.
Driscoll.
Here.
Haynes.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Ellis.
Here.
Faulkner.
Here.
Hinckley.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Kosher.
Here.
Layton.
Here.
Seta.
Here.
Malay.
Here. Please join us in the invocation by Reverend Larry Light and pledge to the flag, Mr. Seta.
Let's bow together in prayer. Heavenly Father, we bow before the throne of grace. We humble ourselves, and we thank you and praise you and worship you for your love, your goodness, your mercy and grace you've given to us through your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for the leaders that are gathered in this room. We ask your blessing upon them. May you impart to each of them the wisdom they need, wisdom that is from above, wisdom that is peace-loving, it's impartial, it's sincere. Father, it's respectful, it's considerate, it's fruit-bearing. And we ask your blessing upon this meeting. We pray you'll bless the families of each person represented here. We pray for the residents of Delaware County that you would bless each of them, and through the decisions made by this group of leaders, Lord, their lives would be better. We commit this meeting to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Will you join me in reaffirming our allegiance to our great country by reciting the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on the agenda are the minutes from our last meeting on April 8th. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, they'll stand as submitted. Communications.
All communications received have been referred to their respective committees for review.
All right, we do have privilege of the floor this afternoon. I'll grant that to Supervisor Alan Hinckley.
I'd like to ask for the privilege of the floor to our Sheriff, Craig Dumont.
You'll have to forgive me because I'm not too technology advanced. So it took me a second to get this going here. Okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you giving me a few minutes of your time this morning. I just want to be able to take a few minutes to highlight our 2025 annual report for the Delaware County Sheriff's Office. I'm very proud to present this report to you and to the community and highlight the excellent work that our sheriff's deputies, our corrections staff, our civil officers, and that our civilian staff do every day on behalf of the people of Delaware County. So thank you for that opportunity. I have several of our staff here with us today. We have Lieutenant Chris Irwin, we have Major John DeMeo, we have Lieutenant Alan Weaver, Corporal Dan McGowan's back there. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Appreciate the administrative staff being here to assist us under Sheriff Smith. wasn't able to be here with us today. She's on vacation this week. But as you know, she pretty much handles all aspects when it comes to business office and stuff at the sheriff's office. Major John DeMail is chief of daily operations, so he's pretty much keeping me in line all day long. Lieutenant Chris Irwin supervises the law enforcement division. Lieutenant Alan Weaver supervises our corrections division, and Dan McGowan supervises our civil division. Right, so just to get through some introductions. There's one other person that isn't here today that actually is in charge, and that's called the over sheriff, and she's in Sydney Center today, and isn't able to join us. No one got that. It's my wife. She allows me to keep doing this, so I owe that debt of gratitude to her as well. So, all right. So introduction, promotions, new hires, divisions, program, and training. This is just a synopsis of what we're going to be discussing today. It is the mission of the Delaware County Sheriff's Office to provide professional, high quality, and effective police, correctional, and civil services in partnership with county residents. The sworn and civilian employees of the Delaware County Sheriff's Office believe that their work is a vital impact on the quality of life in Delaware County. By our commitment to professionalism, both on and off duty, we subscribe to the following values: pride, integrity, professionalism, and fairness. I ensure that every person, every day in service to the people of Delaware County, upholds these values. Believe me, every single person that comes to work for the office of sheriff clearly understands those values. They understand that they're working for an elected official. They're representing a county government, and I take that very, very seriously. My career, I tell them, rises and falls on their conduct. Right. So we have to make sure that we're turning out the best employees possible. For those of you that haven't done it yet, if you know ways to connect with us, we have our website, which is listed at the bottom of the screen. We also have a sheriff's app. It's free for download on Apple and Android devices. There's a number of things that you can do to interact with the sheriff's office on the app. Keep track of sex offenders. You can look at how our corrections facility operates, whether it be visitation hours and rules and regulations. You can search inmates. We have our most wanted list on this app. You can submit an anonymous tip, completely anonymous on this app. You can issue compliments or concerns anonymously if you would like, or put your name to them. And then, of course, we have our animal abuse registry, which I'm grateful for the Board of Supervisors in creating the Delaware County Animal Abuse Law, where we keep track of our animal abusers here in Delaware County so that they don't have access to animals in the future. Social media, we're listed on Facebook, again, the Sheriff's app, and on X. Our division, these are on 2025 new hires. As you can see on the road patrol, William Beers, civil, Diane Monroe, and a number of people within our corrections division, to include a new medical team, Karina Trimble, nurse practitioner, Cassidy Coran, a registered nurse, and Martha Ray, registered nurse. These are some of the promotions that we had during 2025. Heath Goff was promoted first sergeant from the position of sergeant in the corrections division, but it's also important to note that Heath is our accreditation manager across all divisions. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office is accredited by the state of New York through the Road Patrol Division, the Corrections Division, and the Civil Division. It's a distinct honor that we have here that basically less than 1/3 of sheriff's offices or police departments have across New York State. Very, very proud of that accreditation. Deputy Sheriff Colin Roach was promoted to the rank of Deputy Sheriff Corporal. Corrections Officer David McClung, a 22-year veteran of the office, was promoted to sergeant. Senior investigator Chris Irwin, a 10-year member of the Sheriff's Office, I introduced him to you. He's promoted to lieutenant, and he supervises our law enforcement division. 2025 employees of the quarter. We do an employee recognition program every year, and we recognize employees every quarter. The undersheriff and I present them with a cash gift card and a certificate, and they get a special parking spot out front where they get to park up front for the quarter. So the administration division, obviously you have myself, the undersheriff, the major, my assistant and personnel clerk, Rebecca Townsend. These are some of the things that we're working on in the administration division every day. providing leadership, budgeting and accounting, legislative initiatives, operations management, personnel and payroll, policies and procedures, personnel, blah, blah, blah. Road Patrol Division, Deputy Sheriff's assigned to the Road Patrol Division respond to calls for service from every aspect of the public. They have a diversified caseload covering everything from animal nuisance complaints to homicides. Weekly, each deputy works for 4 10-hour day shifts. County's remote, as everyone knows here. There's not, they're constantly running with their hair on fire from one end of this county to the next. Very, very grateful for their service. I receive nothing but positive feedback 99% of the time from the Road Patrol. So here's some Road Patrol highlights and photos. Here's a summary of the total calls answered. For the sake of time, I'm just going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. As you can see, the total number of calls that the deputies responded to in 2025 was 18,518. And this is a summary breakdown of each month. Anyone wants a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, you can just ask me for it too. I'll happily provide it. Law enforcement summary for UTTs and arrests. All right, as you can see, arrests were up 6.2% last year. Uniform traffic tickets were up 5.47%. And the motor vehicle accidents really is a little bit of concerning. I've been talking to our committee about that, an increase of 37.66% in motor vehicle accidents. And we're doing our best to address this through a number of initiatives, whether it be roadside checks, whether it be aggressive driving enforcement, traditional speed enforcement, whatnot. We have a number of programs that we participate in through the Governor's Office of Traffic Safety that we do to address these things. The Criminal Investigation Division is comprised of 2 full-time investigators and 1 full-time senior investigator who investigate a diverse range of criminal activities. CID conducts investigations inclusive of, but not limited to, the following: accident reconstruction, violent acts resulting in serious injury or death, threats of violence, gun and drug distribution and possession, criminal organizations engaged in extremist violence or terrorist activities, burglaries, robberies, larcenies, sex offenses, and the list goes on. I would like to just add that, again, through the generous support of the Delaware County Board of Supervisors, one of those criminal investigators works hand in hand directly with the DA's office. DA Smith actually reimburses us the salary for that investigator, and he is exclusively dedicated for sex crimes. All right, he does our sex crimes. Not only does it assist the DA with those crimes and doing a lot of the discovery work, but he also works with local agencies, local police departments to help them with their sex crime investigations. Here are the case statistics. So total number of cases investigated were 740. Cases in which warrants were requested, 69 cases, and a total of 64 arrests made by the Criminal Investigation Division last year. School resource officers, if it was up to me, we'd have a school resource officer in every school in Delaware County. Most of them want them. I have people knocking at my door. I've got a meeting next week again over in Margaretville, actually. They're requesting one. The problem with school resource officers is that we can't, the personnel are not there. We staff these positions with retired police officers. They're called special patrol officers that allow us to do this. Unfortunately, most people in law enforcement these days in New York State, when they retire, they're running for the hills. They don't want to continue their service in law enforcement because of the problems that we face on a daily basis out there. But we do have a couple right now. We're hoping to increase that. We have one in Stanford Central School. He's a retired state police officer, Matt Gambosi. And we have an officer full-time at the Walton Central School, former lieutenant of DEP police, Bill Beers. Both those individuals do a fantastic job, and the schools absolutely love them. If you ever have an opportunity to talk with a superintendent that has a school resource officer, they'll tell you how invaluable they are to their staff.
Does the school pay for this office?
Yep, they pay for it all. Our civil division. All right, so our civil division executes services of notices, summons, subpoenas, petitions, orders, warrants of eviction, income and personal property executions, court orders. As you can see, for 2025, total amount of papers served were 591. Total income executions were 392. New pistol permits, 174. That continues to be robust. Didn't have any property executions in 2025. Orders of protection, 204, and completed pistol permit investigations were 151. Here's a snapshot of the revenue that Civil generated during 2025. As you can see, there's you have the total amounts each month consisting of fees and poundage that we collect on the activities within the Civil Division. Pistol permit data, total, like I said earlier, 174. You can see how the data goes up and down every month. Permits issued versus in 2024 versus permits issued in 2025. Our Corrections Division consists of 4 pods, three male pods and 1 female pod. The facility has 103 cells with a housing capacity of 121 when double bunked. The Delaware County Sheriff's Office Corrections Division provides care and custody for sentenced inmates, non-sentenced inmates, pretrial detainees, and inmates boarded in from other facilities. Civilian staff in the facility provide food, medical, and mental health services. Volunteer staff oversee programs such as abuse counseling, education, and religious services. All 3 very important. The complete team of staff members provide the necessary security, supervision, and care as set forth by the rules and regulations of the New York State Correction Law and New York State Commission of Corrections. We're guided by those regulations. Important to note, as most people on the board understand, the Delaware County Sheriff's Office Corrections Division earns an additional revenue through agreements with the U.S. Marshal Service and other sheriff's offices, county sheriff's offices. These agreements generally involve boarding of incarcerated individuals and the transportation of those individuals to and from the Delaware County facility. 2025, the jail experienced an overall reduction of 28% as far as inmate intake. The male population decreased by 16% and the female population decreased by 55%. Revenue, total amount of revenue for 2025 was $1,741,790, and the federal transport revenue associated with that was $105,188. Here's the board in total since the program's inception from 2010. The facility's been boarding inmates. Total of over that period of time was $12,541,032. As you can see, last year 2024 was our banner year at 1.7. This last year 2025 was 1.8 and 1.7 for 2025. Here's the revenue from the U.S. Marshals transports. If we report in U.S. Marshals, we transport them as well. What happened?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Aaron.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone know how to do this? Because I don't. I can do it without it if you want me to. Sorry. Modern technology.
Windows catcher. And then just like one other main order.
Okay.
I don't like when it's inside.
Okay, thank you. Here's the revenue from the transporting U.S. Marshal inmates, $105,188 for 2025. The chart depicts from inception 2012 until now. Total inmate transports over the years, as you can see, 2024, 613, 2025, 521. We run a corrections academy. We run our own academy and certify our own corrections officers through New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services. We not only run our own academy, but we also host an academy for other agencies that want to send cadets to our academy. There's a picture of our last academy cross. There's some training highlights. Of course, I attend a number of conferences a year, not only through the New York State Sheriff's Association, but the National Sheriff's Association as well. I currently sit on the state association. I serve on the legislative committee, the Standards, Ethics, and Goals Committee, and on the executive committee as a past president of the association. On the national committee, I serve on the Drug Enforcement Committee, the School Safety Committee, Government Affairs Committee, and Animal Rights Committees. But we do a number of trainings through staff. I'm a huge proponent of training, and we send staff to training all over the place. Courses in police supervision, canine training, Project Lifesaver, firearms, civil division reaccreditations, you name it. We have staff in training every week. Here are some of the trainings, an additional list of trainings. As you can see, you look at the annual Colonel Henry F. Williams Homicide Center seminar. That's a training that we send one investigator to every year, or a senior member of the Road Patrol. Hostage negotiations, animal crimes, comprehensive sexual assault and child abuse investigations. They're constantly in training, as I said before. Community events. We host a number of community events, and we participate in a number of community events. The community it's very, very important that our agency interacts with. We're there to represent them, so we're there. We're there at fairs and festivals and career days. Our agency members generously support Toys for Toddlers and a number of our veterans, our Delaware County veterans here through the No Shave November program. So community is very, very important to us. We've had some inmate work details that involve going out and picking up trash along the roads. One of our newest things that we've done in recent months is we've sent an inmate up to the animal shelter to help walk dogs and assist up there. So we're very, very proud of those community engagements. Special details, again, parades and festivals. Skip by this. Here's our property and school checks. So we do property and school checks every day. Those of you that listen to the scanner, you hear this, you'll hear deputies call out of service for a property or a school check. This indicates the number of checks that we did in 2025 by month. Sheriff's Camp, very, very proud to support Sheriff's Camp. It's out in Cayuga County, or Lake Cayuga, out in Western New York. It's a camp that's been designed, it's been in service for over 50 years, and it's designed to target at-risk youth to give them an opportunity for a summer camp environment that they normally wouldn't have. Most of the children out there would go all summer long, wouldn't have an opportunity to go on vacation or do something with their families. This camp gives them an opportunity to go out, experience a week of fun. The counselors are all actually deputy sheriffs that do the counseling. They're not in uniforms. They're wearing shorts and T-shirts every day. They're building relationships with these kids, doing everything from kayaking to sailboating to cooking, archery, you name it. They do it with those kids out there. They build those relationships, and on the last day of camp, they actually show up in their uniform, and they drive home the point that you don't need to be afraid of a deputy sheriff or any other police officer in uniform. It's good to have strong relationships with those people, and that's what we do to build those. We work with our local school districts through the guidance office to identify at-risk youth that may be at risk to, certain behaviors or, going down the wrong road, so to speak, so that we can hopefully help direct some of these kids and provide them a more positive experience. Awards and recognitions for last year, a couple of major ones here. We had the New York State Mothers Against Drunk Driving recognition for excellence for Deputy Lucas Elmore. And you probably saw in the paper last year, Delaware County was put on the map again The New York State Sheriff's Association Deputy of the Year Award was given to 3 of our deputies All-Time Karcher and Moore, for a case that they were involved in over in the town of Hancock, where a neighbor shot his next door neighbor. And they evacuated this gentleman out. He was shot. They evacuated him out in a very intense situation, possibly could have been under gunfire at any given time to safety. So I was very, very honored and happy about those awards that were given. We're doing an annual employee awards program. We're going to be doing that here pretty soon. I'll send out an invitation to everybody if they would like to attend. But we give out awards annually for a certain number of categories: perfect attendance, service milestones, superstar awards, distinguished service, exceptional service, community partner, civilian employee, corrections officer of the year, and deputy sheriff of the year. Drug enforcement, we're working on drug enforcement. Anyone has any information on anything that's going on in your community, all you got to do is contact me directly or contact our tip line, and we'll make sure that we get into taking care of those things. These drugs are poison in our communities. They have for a long time. And that's it. I'd like to again, thank you for your time and the opportunity to highlight some of the things about the sheriff's office. If there's any questions you have, I'd be happy to answer them now or in the future, whatever you need. It's an honor to serve you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
You're welcome.
Thank you to you and your staff. This board will continue to fully support you.
And we greatly appreciate that.
Okay, next privilege of the floor, Supervisor Vernal.
I'd like to introduce John Farnsworth. He's here to present us all with a gift today. And he'll answer any questions you might have to.
Sure, thank you, Jerry. So there's a flyer I think Jerry passed out to everybody. We're making some freedom benches, we're calling them, for our 250th anniversary as a country. And I was kind of inspired by, I was 12 years old in 1976, and I remember how much I enjoyed that year and went to a lot of events. And I thought that this idea would be a way for us to unify as a people and to celebrate, our 250th year. I remember the saying, divided we no. Oh gosh. Sorry.
Decided we fall.
Thank you. Yes, united we stand, divided we fall. So yeah, I'm really proud of my crew and stuff. We put this together, and if anyone's interested in having one, we'd love to make it for you. They can be customized or personalized. We can put plaques on them, emblems. So anyway, thank you for having me here today. If you have any questions after, I'll be around. We're gonna unveil one outside after the meeting. So thank
Right.
you.
On behalf of the board, Mr. Farnsworth, I'd like to thank you. It was a very generous gift. It is going to be right out in front of our building, as you know. And it will be an opportunity for people that are doing business in here or employees to be able to sit out. So we thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank
And
you
you'll
very
join us immediately following the board meeting
much.
up front. Thank you. Okay, are there any standing committee reports? If not, we'll move on to resolutions. First resolution, number 62.
I would like to move resolution number 62 to the floor and ask for its adoption.
Second. 2026 budget amendment, acceptance of funding for Fordo Department of Mental Health.
Any questions on this resolution? Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Halfo,
Yes.
Kelso,
Yes.
Bukai,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Marshfield,
Yes.
Fernald,
Yes.
Driscoll,
Yes.
Haynes,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Kosher,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Seta,
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. Resolution number 63.
I bring this to the floor and ask for its approval.
Occupancy tax disbursement approval, Department of Economic Development.
Any questions on this? This was a lot of work, Glenn, for your department and for the tourism committee that reviewed all of this.
Thank
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Haffel,
Yes.
Kelso.
Yes.
Bukai,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Marshfield.
Yep.
Vernal.
Yes.
Driscoll,
Yes.
Haynes.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yep.
Kosher,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Seta,
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. Resolution number 64.
I bring this to the floor and ask for its approval.
Second.
2026 budget amendment, transfer of funds, Department of Economic Development.
Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Haffel.
Yes.
Kelso.
Yes.
Bukai,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Marshfield.
Yep.
Vernal,
Yes.
Driscoll,
Yes.
Haynes,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Kosher,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Seta,
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. Resolution number 65.
Bring this up and move for its adoption.
Second.
Authorization for awards, Delaware County Department of Public Works.
Questions? Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Haffel,
Yes.
Kelso.
Yes.
Bukai,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Marshfield.
Yeah.
Vernal,
Yes.
Driscoll,
Yes.
Haynes,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Kosher,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Seta,
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. Resolution number 66.
I'll bring resolution 66 to the floor and ask for its approval.
Authorization for disposition of personal property no longer necessary for public use, Department of Buildings and Grounds.
This is a voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Resolution number 67.
Bring this up and move for its adoption.
Second.
Authorization for disposition of personal property no longer necessary for public use, print shop.
Another voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Resolution number 68.
I'll pull that up and move for its adoption.
Second.
Authorization for disposition of personal property no longer necessary for public use, Veterans Service Agency.
Veterans has been trying to find somebody that was interested, but they don't seem to get any, so.
It was a good try.
Okay, a voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. And resolution number 69.
I bring this up and move for its adoption.
Second.
Authorization for disposition of personal property no longer necessary for public use, Department of Public Works.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, we do have just a couple not pre-filed resolutions. I will waive Rule 10 without objection. Resolution number 70.
I bring this up and move for its adoption.
Second.
Correction of current tax rolls in accordance with Section 554 of the Real Property Tax Law.
Questions on this? Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Haffel,
Yes.
Kelso.
Yeah.
Bukai,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Marshfield.
Yeah.
Vernal,
Yes.
Driscoll.
Yes.
Haynes.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Ellis.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Crozier.
Yes.
Layton.
Yes.
Sutta.
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. Resolution number 71.
I bring this to the floor and ask for its approval.
Second.
Comments on the environmental issues for the proposed Constitution Pipeline and Wright Interconnect projects.
Shelley, would you like to just make a short comment on?
Sure. So actually, this is something we reviewed back in 2014 extensively. It's a project for a pipeline that goes up through Pennsylvania, it comes into Delaware County around Masonville, it skirts Route 88, so it's actually in the Route 88 corridor itself. So it impacts all of those towns along the top. Although it doesn't go through the town of Meredith, there were a lot of trucking routes to the town of Meredith, so there was a great deal of look into that in 2014. Jim actually brought this to my attention, the last week?
That's Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. So we got it very quickly. Comments are due back by May 4th, so that's why it's not filed. Jim and I did present this to Court Group last Thursday. We took a large look at it. Really what FERC is asking right now is that they want to take the existing project that was certified in 2014 and they have asked to have it recertified. All their certifications and approvals lapsed because they never constructed the pipeline. So it's pretty much the identical project. What we agreed to do at Core Group is to put a resolution before the board, basically restating our comments from 2014, which were substantial. There was about 8 pages. So what we'd like to do is submit this resolution along with our 2014 comments and revised letters from DPW, Soil and Water, and Cornell Cooperative Extension, basically reestablishing our concerns. There were a great deal of concerns with truck routes and overweight permits on the roads, as well as crossings for the roads and the streams, as well as wetland crossings, depth of the pipe in agricultural lands, for tillable lands. So those were the primary big comments that were made. All of the different agencies reviewed it at length then. It's the identical project, so we're really just sending them our 2014 comments again, saying, we still have these concerns. We want to be assured that they're going to be addressed if they're going to permit this project again.
Why didn't the project go forward in 2014?
So there were a lot of complications. If all of you recall, back at that same time, the conversations about fracking took place, and there was a big push against fracking. The two got kind of tied together. A lot of funding was pulled. We had federal administration change, policies changed, affordability of the line kind of became eliminated, so it died off. As you all know, administrations have changed again, and energy has changed again, and so they're kind of bringing it back up using the same alignment. I think the biggest change, and Glenn may actually be able to help me with this, when the last time Constitution was on the docket, one of the things they talked about was an extension from Constitution to bring natural gas into Delhi, particularly to the Fraser area for the dairies. When that pipeline kind of failed, as far as I know, that additional pipeline also failed with it. This new paperwork does not mention that. So that, as far as I know, there is no, you haven't heard anything? There is no proposal to bring that up, but that was one of the other proposals in 2014. So we do want to monitor and stay on top of this and ensure that if they are going to propose something like that, we're also involved with that potential expansion that was proposed in 2014, because that would have brought natural gas into Delhi and to two very large employers right down in Fraser. So that was a possibility, but from what the paperwork they sent us and the line that is drawn, it is the identical project. They literally just pulled their project out of the file and said recertify it.
So what happens after May 4th, after they get all the comments?
So after May 4th, the federal FERC has to go back through and reevaluate all of the potential environmental impacts and see if there are any changes. Like one really significant change was in New York State. Last year, New York State adopted new wetland rules that would have substantially changed some of the permitting requirements in New York. However, the Schoharie Supreme Court nullified the state's wetland rules 2 weeks ago because DEC failed to do seeker when they adopted the wetlands laws. To the extent of how that's going to affect anything, we don't know, because we don't know if DEC is going to appeal the court decision, if the court decision is only going to affect the environmental review as it stands, but not actually change any of the wetland regulations. But the Constitution Pipeline Company is going to have to, in each state they're crossing, have to address any of those environmental law changes that take effect since 2014. So they basically have to go back through and evaluate the entire environmental review they did previously and ensure that all of the appropriate permitting and conditions have not changed enough to actually change the alignment of the pipeline. So they've got a lot of work before them before they can get recertified. So this just starts the phase. But we didn't want to be silent on it. As a core group, we felt that it was important that Delaware County's voice be right out there in the forefront so that we don't get forgotten in the process, that FERC knows and understands we are watching this, we have an interest in it, and we don't want to just have it just pushed through because they approved it 12 years ago.
Do any of the communities that this is running through have to do anything at this time?
At this point, no, unless they want to individually send comments, they certainly could. And I will say, this was not a process even last time where every community was 100% on board. There were a number of people in Sydney opposed to this pipeline, there were people in Davenport opposed to this pipeline. So it's not like this was unanimously, everybody supports this. There was opposition and dissent in 2014 that went along with this pipeline previously. My assumption would be the people that were opposed before are probably still opposed for the same reasons. So I would definitely take a look at it for the communities that had it going through their towns.
Shelley, is this pipeline taxable?
Yes. So this was a private entity, at least in 2014, the final approval included taxes as well as host community benefits. Since the proposal has not changed, my assumption would be, which you know what assumptions can do, so we will get burned on this probably, but I would assume they will propose the same thing as a taxable entity and propose host community benefits for the communities impacted. From the county's perspective, one of our biggest concerns is we want to make sure the road use agreements are in place, which DPW worked extensively on last time.
Yeah, we basically had it set back then.
So we want to make sure that's done, yeah. And that includes overload permits, road crossings, overweight.
Yeah, overload, overweight, same thing, overweight, any kind of oversized load. And certainly crossings, how they're getting across the roads and streams more for the flood of water.
But bridges, I'm assuming if they're using any bridges, ensuring they can all still support it and handle it. So from the county's perspective, that was and probably still will be our biggest county-wide impact is the road infrastructure. That doesn't mean there's not local community impact that will also be making sure stay on the top of the list.
Any questions for her?
Shelley, when you say host community benefits, obviously the pipeline's not rolling through Meredith, but the trucks are gonna roll through Meredith, so how do we look at the road use agreements?
Yeah, so the road use agreement, I believe last time was being led by DPW, but it was in partnership with the towns as well, correct?
Yep.
So it applied to the towns. Basically, they were using one road use agreement that was being administered, but all of the towns were included in that. Including Meredith, which didn't have any pipeline, but had extensive road use.
Thank you.
Any other questions? And Shelley, did you email us the comments?
Nick actually brought them down in paper form, because we think you wouldn't be able to read them before the board meeting. He dropped them off before the board meeting so that they could be put on.
Okay, so each supervisor has the comments in front of them. Okay, this is a voice vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried.
Yes, we didn't get a resolution from Keith on, training grant for the youth bureau.
It'll be at our next meeting.
Pardon?
The next meeting.
Okay, he thought it was gonna be today. That's fine.
She said May 13th.
Huh?
It was submitted for May 13th.
Okay.
Okay, our last resolution, number 72.
Bring this up, move for its adoption.
Second.
Payment of audit.
Please call the roll.
Gabriel,
Yes.
Haffel.
Yes.
Kelso.
Yes.
Bukai.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Marshfield.
Yep.
Bernald.
Yes.
Driscoll.
Yes.
Haynes.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Ellis,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Hinckley,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Kosher,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Seta,
Yes.
Malay.
Yes. So this is just a reminder for the board, immediately following this meeting to meet us at on the front porch. Is there any other business that needs to be brought forward? Okay, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you.